Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose what I want.
Hey! Bada, it's a wing. Bada, he can it, it's a wing. Bada. I think I broke my thumb.
They went to a real game for that.
Oh, wow.
But later on in the year.
How about that? Well, we're back, folks. It's June 17th, 18th. Oh, Juneteenth. When's that? The 13th? 19th.
18th.
17th. I think it's 19th.
I think it's 19th.
The 19th Amendment.
Yeah. 19-year-old.
Yeah, 19th Amendment. Yep, there it
There
is.
you
Juneteenth,
go.
baby.
That's when slaves were made more expensive.
I don't know. How did it work? Did you just, you threw down a couple, was it coins, bills? Was there a catalog?
I think you bid on them, but yeah, catalog would be nice. I want Tyrone. No, you get Leroy.
The pages are kind of stuck together, and you're like, "Oh, I missed him. My pages." You're gonna flip it because you don't remember like the Sears catalog. You'd have to kind of,
Right.
you'd have to do this.
Yes, I hate the lick. The Asian lady in my neighborhood she has a sponge sitting on the counter, and she goes,
Oh, I've seen the sponge.
"It's pink."
Yeah, is that for cash?
Cash.
Yes, cash can be sticky.
Yes, Cash is king. Cash is clay.
Sticky. Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Well, why would you change that name? Best name, Cash is clay.
Well,
To
you got
Muhammad
into.
Ali.
I mean,
What,
Muhammad,
Uber?
most popular name. It's just
That's
cliche.
true.
Cash is cliche. Yeah, Cash is clay. Great name.
Great name. What else? You had the other guy, Yusuf Islam, was Cat Stevens.
Yes.
Another banger.
Cat Stevens, and he had an original name that wasn't Cat Stevens. I gotta
Oh.
assume. What was his original name? Because he's had like 3 names.
Give that a goog.
And
then
he hated America and all that stuff.
another Muslim name that ruined everything was Lual Cinder.
Kareem.
Kareem. I mean, it's Lual Cinder.
Lual Cinder's a fun name.
Cinder
and,
Block.
But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a badass
That's
name,
true.
though.
That's true.
Kareem.
Yeah.
It's
Kareem.
every time I've ever shot a hook shot, I go, Kareem, and it's
Yeah.
fun. Kareem, no sugar.
Oh.
Kareem in my pants.
I like that. Cream a sickle.
So
And
Ice
Jabbar is
Kareem.
great.
Yeah.
Jabbar's closing. We better go.
Jar Jar Jabinks.
Yes. I got these locks from Jabbar's. Zabar's. That's a little local.
bars. Gay bars. That's what we should
Hey.
sell at shows. If we do a live pod, we should sell gay bars. Big rainbow thing with our faces on it.
Yeah, it could be bars of chocolate. Gay bars.
Yeah, gay bar. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
It's a candy bar. A gay bar.
Gay bar.
Gay bars.
That's fun.
Come get your gay bars. Gay bars. Hip.
And we can make them. We can put them in your ass. They'll be dick-shaped.
Oh, that's good.
Gay
Melts in
bar.
your ass, not in your mouth.
Oh.
Somebody make a poster, a sticker, a tag, a
Yes.
thing, a whatever.
I've eaten some chocolate out of a butthole.
I love a beehole. Don't you love to look down at that pink little beehole?
Quite a balloon knot. It's like an aperture for a camera.
Judd Aperture. Boy, we're hot today. I got a feeling this is going to be a good old-fashioned classic.
Oh, yeah. Don't say it too early. Gonna ruin it.
Did you get ice water? You don't like ice.
I don't need the ice. I feel like it takes away from the water.
I love ice water, and I would kill for one.
You know what they hate? What do you got on Lual Cat Stevens?
Cat Stevens' original name, it was something like Randy Stevenson or
Newman.
something like that.
Stephen Dimitri Georgiou.
George Yu, what is he?
It's
Bless
weird.
you.
He doesn't. I mean, it says British songwriter, but he looks not British.
Well, I mean, he's
right.
from Britain.
He's from Britain, but looks like there's more going on.
Well, I think he got, what's his parent? What, Iranian dad and a Mexican mother or something like that?
That's what it's got to be. Yeah.
Oh, Mexican mom.
Look at early life.
A Greek Cypriot
Greek. Crypto. He's from Crypto
and a
Coin.
Swedish mother.
Oh, wait. How many moms does this guy have? I'm confused.
That was
Well, I made up the Mexican mother. I was guessing. I'm just
I
taking
believe
stabs
you.
at it here.
I
No, I don't
believe.
know where the fuck Cat Stevens' mother's from.
They like to stab. Okay, so he's Greek and Swedish.
Yeah.
I see.
Sweden.
Is he a Gorgeou?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess he is. All right.
Well, he's a kook, but
You want ice water?
I would love an ice water if you're going. If you're going.
Well, I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Just bring me a cube. 1 cube of ice.
Gleam in the Cube. Did you love that movie
Ice
as a
Cube.
kid?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
great film, but just seeing Tony Hawk in a movie at that age was a thrill.
It was very exciting. Christian Slater, there was a moment I was 6. I was like, that's a man. Because I loved Young Guns 2.
Oh,
He's in Young Guns 2 and then Gleaming the Cube. And he was just doing Nicholson. And I met him later on.
Really?
Yeah, briefly. Yeah.
Where'd you meet the AC Slater?
Nice guy. He is a friend of a friend. And I said, oh, hey, nice to meet you.
Short?
Shorter than me, but I'm
Okay.
a lanky doofus. So
Right.
yeah, I'd say I don't remember.
Yeah,
It's hard to
okay.
remember height.
He's a hunk of a guy. He was handsome back then, and he was doing Nicholson, but no one called him on it.
Then Cuffs was another movie.
Oh, with Mia Jovovich.
By the way, I think people called him on it. I think that was like that was the book on Slater.
Ah,
He's
the
just
book.
doing Nicholson.
Okay. Yeah, right. I got a skateboard. See? I can't do Nicholson.
That almost sounded like
Damn,
Chappelle
that was
at the end.
fast.
That was quick.
Yeah, he was doing Nicholson, and they say Richard Lewis was doing Woody.
Oh, really? That makes sense. Well, neurotic Jew. But this is the problem is like people are like, once you're neurotic and Jewish, they're like, that's Woody. And you're like,
Yeah, that's
well,
true.
I'm a Long Island Jew also.
Right. We come from the same place.
We're 6 months apart.
Yeah, well, that is tough, but what's cool about Woody is he had crazy stage fright as a youth, and his agent had to push him out there, literally, and he would puke and freak out and sweat, and then he used it.
Right.
He used it. He was like, I'm Woody Allen. I'm nervous. I'm gay. I'm Jew. Gourd Jew. So you gotta use your weaknesses.
Well, Woody had a great thing too. He's like, my whole career, I've just been doing Jack Benny. He's like, but I'm so much less talented than him. Nobody realizes. He's like, I just blatantly took Jack Benny's personality
Right.
and did that, but he's so much better than me. He's like, no one was like,
No
yeah,
one
that's Jack Benny.
noticed.
They were like, look at this asshole.
Yeah, I'm doing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when I play basketball, but I'm so much worse that no one notices.
Right.
Yeah,
That's shorter.
That's true, and whiter. But
Gee.
Louis said he had a bit. He used to do these old sets at Rafifi, Cinema Classics.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And he had
Seen
a
those.
joke where he's like double-edged sword.
Yes,
Everything's
I
a
remember
double-edged
that.
sword. The term double-edged sword is a double-edged sword because you're saying that, but you could be saying something else, whatever. And he's like, that's kind of a Seinfeldian bit, and I made it lazy and shitty, which made it my own.
Right.
So I think about that all the time.
Interesting. I love Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou, by the way, I just stumbled on this as a song by Pearl Jam about Lou Alcindor.
Ah, okay.
It's a rare track, a B-side.
So they're fans of the old name.
Well, they're big Hoop fans, and I think it was supposed to be like a, you don't know what it's about. They call it
Right.
Sweet Lou, but it was L-E-W.
I see.
But, and also, they go back to the college days, I guess, and he was, because in college, he was Lou.
You know what's interesting? I was just watching. Speaking of the old days, I was watching a Greenwich Village documentary on YouTube, just about the village and the folk scene and the beatniks and the racial mixing. And obviously, Bob Dill in his folk days was the king.
Absolutely.
It was all about Bob Dill, and he was dating an activist. And then he went into rock, and they all said, "Oh, you went pop. You turned on us, Judas. You traitor." And he was like, "Ah," and it felt like in the early Brooklyn days when everybody was BLM and all that, and then you kind of go, all right, I'd like to make some money.
Right.
It felt similar.
Well, I mean, early Brooklyn days, BLM.
Yeah, I guess
What are
you're
we
right.
talking?
I'm overlapping.
BLM was like 4 years ago.
But he felt like I'm leaving these guys in the dust. I want to go be a big star. I want to play the electric guitar.
Right. But I'm a big defender of Dylan and push back because Dylan is the ultimate artist. He's never done anything for commercial viability.
Aha.
And he was a huge star, and he was betraying the audience he had by going
That's
electric.
true.
They were booing him off stage, and that's what made it so ballsy and beautiful. He just went, I want to express myself in a different way, and stopped writing these protest songs.
Yes.
And started doing kind of this jibber jabber, what the fuck is he talking about, but it kicks ass.
It was great.
And then what's great, I mean, No Direction Home is a masterpiece, the Scorsese
yeah.
doc. And I think I gave you a copy of that
Oh, yeah.
20 years ago.
I remember the cover.
Way back.
And he got death threats.
All kinds of death threats and all this crazy shit. But I forget what I was going to say about it.
Real artist went against the
movie,
grain, which
the
is
book-
very
oh.
punk rocky.
But they talk about it because he was doing the tour in England or Britain, whatever the Europe, he would play half acoustic and everyone would sit quietly and they would go electric and everyone would boo. But at the time, Like a Rolling Stone was the #1 song on the Billboard charts. So he played that and everyone stopped booing and sang along. And then went back to booing again when they went to not. So it just shows you they're all full of shit.
They're full of shit.
And there's another great moment in that doc where they say they're interviewing these British kids and they go, well, who's the hot band now? What do you like? And he goes, I like Herman and the Hermits. And it's not even the name right.
Right.
It's Herman's Hermits.
Right.
So they were like, this is who's hot now. And they just say the name wrong.
And they don't even know it. How about that? And then where's Herman Hermits now?
Exactly.
They
He won the
changed-
Academy Award.
They changed their name to Muhammad Islam. Yowza, look at the celluloid on that meat.
I just came right from the pool, baby. I'm all tanned up. Look at that tan.
I just came too. You got one leg's browner than the other.
Well, I was only out there for a few minutes. I had the baby, a towel, whatever.
I think we need to turn you.
I feel like $1,000,000. There's nothing like a swim.
Oh,
You
it
give
wakes
me
up.
a swim?
Wakes up the whole body, Jerry.
I think I figured out where I'm moving.
Oh boy! Hold on. Let me go through. We got Belmar. Then we got the Pacific Northwest. Then we got the Berkshires. Then we got Florida.
Never Florida. Get out of here,
All
Florida.
right,
There's no
I threw in
Florida.
Florida. Well, we got
No Florida.
Somewhere else in Morristown or Morris
Austin.
Plains.
Well, there's Austin, Tarrytown, Montclair,
Tarrytown.
Red Bank,
Yeah.
Hingham Harbor, Hingham, Massachusetts, Los Angeles.
Hingham.
Oh
The hills.
the
of
Valley,
LA.
yeah,
Yes,
Sherman
yes.
Oaks, maybe. What was the other one that's out there that I like? Where they
Gig
did the
Harbor.
Tonight Show. What the airport's there?
I see.
Burbank.
Burbank, California.
Maybe Raleigh, but I finally figured it out.
All right, I'm all anal.
Here we go. Final answer.
Bee boo, bee boo, bee boo.
What's that?
That was my game show.
Ah,
Or a truck backing up.
yeah. It sounded like a British police car.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Was that
Pretty
good?
good. That's not bad.
Let me hear yours.
That was a 1940s cat.
It sounded like a cat.
Yeah,
That's what I was
okay.
thinking.
The old police cars did like a whiny sound. Sounds like my wife when I fuck her in the ass. But yeah.
Remember Richard Jennings' joke? Every time I try to fuck my girlfriend in the ass, she turns into Elvis Presley at the last second. She's like, okay, just go slow and soft and easy. Ho! Thank you very much. Hey!
How good is that?
Oh, that's a great joke.
That's gold.
Maybe the most underrated comedian of all time.
He's so good, and also I love the idea that he's fucking his wife in the ass, and he goes, "Give me a pen. I gotta get that Elvis Presley thing down."
Oh, thank you very much.
Woo!
Great bit, great
also,
comic.
Just the leg movements is very anal.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. Anyways, great guy. He killed himself.
Yeah, he did. Depression. It's real. He was in The Mask. He had a good run.
Yeah, he was in The Mask, and he was pretty good in there. And Platypus Man, one of the great specials of all time. I don't know where
Great
you find
specials.
that, if it's on HBO or YouTube or what.
It's
but
got about a 15-minute, 20-minute intro. He's in
I'm
the
the
shower.
platypus man.
Brutal.
It's got
Brutal.
a literal platypus swimming around.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had a
and
lot of time back then.
He's on the exercise bike with the beer cans and the butt. Yeah. Well, back then they were like, you need to have a sketch to start a special.
Had to do it.
It was a must. But here's where I'm moving.
Seinfeld Confidential.
Figured it out.
Can't wait.
Battery Park.
Oh.
New York City.
Oh.
I was down there. I'm down there. I got a friend who lives there. Doesn't matter their name.
I see.
He, her, whatever it is.
Only fan.
Luxury building. You got a doorman over there.
You got
a
that
little
right.
guy in a suit with a little hat that says welcome. He takes your package. Because my packages, they go in the trash. They put them under a bed of leaves. They
Right.
call you. Hello. I'm ringing the doorbell.
Porch Pirate is out there, too. Watch out for him.
Oh, yeah. Everything out there. There's all signs everywhere of male thief and female thief, female queef.
Future's female.
Lord, I hope not. So, there it is.
Thank you.
You're down there. You got the doorman. You got all the classy people down there.
Door person.
Door. Art, trying to be better about that word. So, but then you got the rivers right there. View of the river,
Yes.
Statue of Liberty right there. There's that Brookfield Mall, a beautiful mall. The World Trade Center's right there. That
Yes.
whole garden park area.
Lovely.
Then this
Lunch.
person has a pool, so you can wake up, go for a long run along the
I
river,
like this.
come back, and right in the pool. And the pool, it heals, Jerry.
Oh, the sunlight, the chlorine, the movement, every muscle in the body, that cold rush all over you wakes you up.
I mean, I feel like $1 million. I'm all tan over here.
Yeah, I got some varicose.
I'm tanned up and I'm refreshed.
Yes.
And you got every subway is there. The N, the R, the W, the 4, the 5, the J.
Yes, Fulton.
And I'll be 8 minutes from you in whatever bullshit hipster queer place you're living.
I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it.
And I thought, what am I going to do? Raise my child in the financial district? And then this person was like, it's not the finance, this is Battery Park. And we sit at Chipotle, Sarah and me and the Bambino, and it's baby, please, walking by. Great Chipotle over there.
Ooh, good to know.
There's 2 malls. There's every subway.
Yes.
And all you got to do is pay fucking $9,800 a day for rent.
Probably, but I think it's going down, and we'll be close, and you're still in the city, goddammit.
And CQ lives right there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, he lives at downtown. He doesn't live. It doesn't matter where he lives exactly, but he lives
Also-
downtown.
Safer, quiet, rolls up early down there. It's a ghost town after 8, which
That's
I think
true.
is good for the little nugget.
Right, but financial district gets a little spicy and dicey too.
Oh, does it?
Well, there's just homeless and crazy stuff.
Really?
And by the way, my niece goes to Pace, so she's right there. I got
Pacemaker.
Quinn, I got Fian, I got my niece, and you're not too far.
I'm not far. Yeah, I'll take the Beamer. I'll scoop you up.
So there it is. Final answer.
You got the Brooklyn Bridge, you got the Manhattan Bridge, you got all that. I think this is good. And you got the park. That park is lovely.
Battery Park's wonderful. Whatever the World Trade Center park is, I don't even know what the fuck you call it.
Yeah, One Plaza, Dead People. I can't remember.
Something like that. I see dead people.
Trauma Plaza. Yeah, I just was at Cipriani last night. It's funny. I did a show there.
What's Cipriani?
Cipriani or whatever it's called. It's right on the water. It's like the tip of the island. It's right on the dick hole of Manhattan.
Okay.
And you can see the ferry going by, and there's a show there. It's like a rich people place, so we all
wow.
bombed.
But yeah, you got the ferry, and then you're a quick right to New Jersey.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
But expensive as fuck, but so is a house in Montclair.
True. Is it really that price? I feel like that's not a coveted area.
I think it's pretty expensive.
Maybe it's
down
coveted.
there. I think she pays $1,000 more a month than I pay, and I have a 2-bedroom plus an office. I mean, it is crazy. It is extremely
All right. But
It's
the
a lot.
amenities.
Yeah,
or a
but you have
person
to
of these.
pay for the pool. It's $30 a day
That is
to
cuckoo
use
bananas.
your own pool.
I don't like that one bit. They should
Yeah.
revolt.
Because I'm like, if you went to the pool 5 days a week in the summer, that's $150 a week pool habit.
Oh, good Lord. It's like a heroin's cheaper.
But I just came from there, and it was just us. It was literally me, Sarah, Karen, the baby were the only ones in the pool for 2 hours straight. That
See,
was
that's
it.
not bad. So
And then people not swimming. It's only it's 3 of the hottest women I've ever seen in bikinis out there. It's pretty good.
not too shabby. Well, yeah, the lady pays for the Soho house, which is $8 zillion a year, and it's all pool. You're just paying for that pool, Jerry. But it's always jam-packed. It's full of semen and gays, so you can't even get around in there without getting pregnant or AIDS. So that's not cheap either. So this is better. It's empty and it's cheaper.
And the building down there, you got there's a gym in there. There's a steam room in there.
Okay, so you now no more equi.
Yeah, I still like the Equinox.
Well, you got the gays in the steam room.
Well, the one's downstairs here. It's nice. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm moving to Tarrytown with a side house in the Battery Park. I just got to make an extra $1.5 million a year.
Well, with the Patreon going the way it is, you'll be all right.
Oh, we got to talk about that Patreon.
Whee!
Holy shit! Have we got a sign up today? I say it all the time. I don't mean it, but now.
Yes. Now
How
you mean
good
it.
is that? Did you watch that fucking
The gay
thing?
fathers.
Gay fathers. It's you, me, Kramer the Butler. We had Brooks Wheelan in there.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
an Asian guy.
Andre Kim, who's
That's the
hilarious,
one.
and
Kim Jong-un.
we put it all together, and this is one of the best bonuses in a while. Not to mention all the hot gay. People forget how good these hot gay sets are.
Oh,
They've never
yeah.
seen them. Get on there. Plus all the just chatty bonuses we've been doing, the Q and anal. It's a great time to be alive and a patron.
Not only is it funny, but you're getting in the bowels of a comedy club. We're behind the scenes. We're in the green room. We're in the sound room. We're walking on stage. We're walking off stage. We're in the bar. We're drinking. We're eating. We're cutting up.
Oh, we were bouncing bits, and you get some stand-up. You get a big chunk of my stand-up in there at least.
Great
so
chunk.
Never seen before material, and all for 5 queefs a day. A month.
Just that thing of you getting yelled at by the lady and then doing the same material in another room 10 minutes away, and then that gets a big pop. I mean, that's fascinating stuff.
And you walking up and me walking out. After
Yes.
you come off, I go on. And a Starbucks tea in New York City is $4.21 now.
For a cup of water.
For a cup of water.
What a bag of leaves.
So
and
even
dirt.
if you live in the Midwest, a cup of coffee is what, $2?
That's
For
what
two
they
and
tell
a
ya.
half cups of coffee, you can watch this video.
Fuck the African kids with the distended belly and the flies on their face. Get this for a cup of coffee.
Absolutely. But anyways, I feel like $1 million. I was backstroking and swimming, and that baby can really swim. He kicks and he drinks the water, and it's a real hoot.
Well, they live in the womb, fatty. You know, it's all kicking and splashing in there.
Yeah, it's very fun. Went straight to Chipotle, shoved a big thing down my ass. And I got to tell you, I'm all goofy. My rods and cones are screwed up. We moved the time today, and I thought we moved to 3 for whatever reason. And luckily, I'm a psycho. I came up here a full hour early.
Paid off.
And you're like, wait, we're upstairs. And I happen to be at the bottom of the stairs, walking by to go to the gym. I was like, I'll go to the gym. I'll get a workout in.
Oh,
You're
that's
like, we're
wacky.
up here. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll be there in 1 minute.
So you had Jim on the brain.
I was going to the gym, but I'll just go to the gym after now.
Jim
but
Henson.
what's crazy is Sarah was like, what do you want to do now? And I was like, I want to go get a workout in. Let me get up there because I don't like trying to even cutting it a little close. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that could have been ugly. I mean, I could have been like, I'm at the World Trade Center, fucking jumping off the building.
And you could have had a weight on your head. You know, you could have been pulling up or been on that machine that shakes you in the gym, you know, with the wraparound.
Oh, yeah, the J. Fox.
Ah, yes, the Muhammad. Ali.
Cassius.
Clay.
Anyways, what have you been up to? Where have you been? I haven't seen you since '88. Actually, I guess I saw you last week. I've been seeing quite a bit of you.
That's true.
It's quite nice.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to go the other way.
No, I like you.
Who would have thunk? All right, well, it's been a wacky, wonky week. I first off flew to West Palm Beach.
WPB.
Love West. It's a fake town over there. It's just rich Jews and a beach and crazy buildings and landscaping.
Howard Stern.
Lives there?
Yeah. Well, he's got a $48 million house. I saw it on Instagram once.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's all rich people. There's not a middle class in sight. And I was staying at the Hilton, and it was a Jew fest going on. If Hamas wanted to break down and kill all these people, I mean, they could just drop one bomb. They'd kill a third of the population.
Well, they do.
I see. Well, this was it was all curly cues and tassels and dreidels and yarmulkes for as far as the eye could see.
Wow. In your hotel?
In my hotel, they were having a conference or an event or a Shabbat or a kibbutz or a music fest or an October, whatever it is.
Oktoberfest.
That's the one. And it was wild. I felt like fucking Richard Pryor walking through there. You know, because you feel cool because you're not the Jew. You're like, oh, hey, wow, wow. You know, I had like music walking with me. I had a stride going.
It's like B&H. You ever go to B&H?
Oh, it's like a Willy Wonka in there.
I think I told you this before, maybe on that podcast. One time I went there, I was like, it's like a different planet over there. And then my friend said, Jupiter.
Oh,
how good is that? If you're not familiar, you're probably not familiar. Even if you live in New York, you're probably not familiar. It's an electronics store run entirely by Hasidic Jews.
Completely, and it's like the chocolate factory. There's conveyor belts going with machines and cameras all whirring around. It's wild.
Yeah, that's the other planet aspect, is what I meant. It's
Yes.
crazy. You order a camera, and it shoots up a plastic fucking tube and comes down and like lands in front of you.
Wow.
It's like an AI thing.
Wow.
And, but he dropped Jupiter.
I mean,
and
how
was
did
like,
he?
That's gold.
I was sitting there going, Uranus. I was trying to figure it out, and then it was right there with Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Wow. Who was that? Can we give him credit?
I guess so. It's Paul Otto. I mean, it's not it's not offensive, right?
He should have. That should be his opener and closer. He's blowing it.
It's a gold joke.
Gold.
Funny guy, underrated comedian. He's down in Austin now. Check him out.
I mean, just make it a deli, you know, because just so you don't have to explain the B&H, but whatever. We're punching up his act now. So yeah, go check out Odo.
I mean, he's a great comic, but that's a tough bit to pull off.
Oh,
Folks, there's a store in New York City where they sell cameras.
that's what I'm saying. Make it a deli.
Oh, I see. And my friend said it's like another planet.
It cuts that joke the time in half. No setup.
Now that's a good idea. A deli that has the tubes. Let me get a ham and cheese, and then Ham just starts shooting down the tube.
Tube steak.
I mean, I've shoved a couple ham sandwiches up my tube.
Oh yeah, gay bars. Get a pack. But
okay, so you're in West Palm Beach.
So these Florida gigs are nice because the flight is like 2 hours 18 minutes.
Yes.
So I can leave at 1. You get there at 3. It's nice.
That's fantastic.
So I go to LaGuardia. And I gotta say, I'm not trying to trash the Floridians or the Jews of the world, but this was the dumbest gaggle of folks I've ever seen getting on an airplane.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just like the slides and the belly coming out of your shirt and the retardation and like the entitlement and the pushiness, and I'm not saying they were all Jewish or whatever. It's just Florida, West Palm folk.
Yeah, because these don't sound like Jews. These sound like fucking. Because from what I understand from watching the Epstein doc, Palm Beach is a total shithole.
Oh, really?
White trash shithole.
That makes
sense.
sense.
And then West Palm Beach is the billionaire whatever.
Uh-huh.
But Palm Beach is like a real dump.
I could see that. It sounds good. Palm and beach. You can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
Okay, Palm Sunday. But getting hot, it was one of those where like, I want on next. They're all like kids. They're pushing each other. And then you scan your thing and the gate opens and you walk on the plane. They're like, I can't do it. And then, like, hey, Mom, I got it. All right. Oh, and she couldn't. And then they're like clustering in and they're all on top of each other. And you're like, hey, slow, relax. We're going to get on the plane.
Right.
And then you're watching them come down the aisle. They're like, 7F. Where's 7F? And you're like, look at the fucking numbers, you chooch. What are we doing here? But whatever. So it was a real sad group.
I don't understand the people, because sometimes I think, well, I fly a lot, so I know the thing. I have this at ball games, too, when people can't figure out their seat. But I'm like, but I didn't always fly a lot. I flew a first time.
Of course.
And I was like, okay, I'm 8A.
Yeah.
7, 8.
Right.
A, there's a window next to A and an aisle next to B.
Pretty self-explanatory.
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but you just lose the respect. You're like, what? They're like monkeys. They're with the seatbelt going. And you're like, what are you, retarded? How have you gotten through life so far? You should be hit by a car by now.
I think everyone's mind is mushy. I think the
mushy.
education is bad. And I think the phones have rotted us out to death.
I hope it's phones, because these people should all be taken out back and shot in the head. But the town is beautiful. West Palm is a lovely place. The sun is shining. The palms are swaying. You can get that beach air. That ocean air is really something. It heals, and the show is a humdinger, great crowd, although I brought up the Trump verdict because that was fresh, and that crowd got a little rowdy.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Like 3 people went, boo, and then everybody went, fuck you. Like it was an overwhelming fuck you to the boo guy.
Well, that's the battleground down there.
Moolah, big Jew, big Israel, a lot of Trumpians.
Everything's down there, yeah. So, boy, that's spicy meatballs.
Spicy. We got to make everything political. Did you see this guy got attacked on stage in Spain?
No, I missed it.
Guy walks on stage and was like, left-wing activist gets attacked by right-winger in Spain. And you're like, what is that? The guy made jokes about his kid's son, the guy's son. Like, your son's going to be a fucking homo. He's going to suck black dick. So the guy went on stage and he's like, you're talking about my son. It's all in Spanish. But they had to make it a right-wing, left-wing thing. He's like, well, he's talking about your son being a homo. It has nothing to do with politics.
Yeah, what did they do? Go into their voting records?
I guess so. But, it's all silly. But he really walloped the guy.
Oh, jeez. That's fun.
It's a hell of a video.
I got to check it out. Send it my way, would you?
Sure. It's all over the interweb.
I got to get on that interweb.
It's some crazy shit on there.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to catch on.
Yeah, I'll send you a few links. But, West Palm, and then you get your rental car. So now you got the music going, the wind in your hair, the windows down. do the gig, meet and greet. Guy hands me a big old bag.
Oh, boy. What are we
Yep.
talking? Ball bag,
What are they-
cocaine, cash.
Bag of white pills.
Tylenol?
No. I'm talking, this is a hefty sack.
What are we talking? Vicodin,
No.
oxycodone, Percocet, Adderall.
You're not going to get it. I don't even know if you heard of this puppy.
Oh, throw it at me.
Sounds like a dinosaur. Give this a goog there, C-note. Trazodone.
Trazodone. I know Trazodone. That's a woman that becomes a man. Hello, folks. No, I don't know Trazodone.
I believe it's an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety.
It's an antidepressant and sedative.
Sedative. I think
I didn't know a sedative could be an antidepressant.
Yeah.
I want to be sedated.
Yep. It says trazodone, antidepressant and sedative.
Weird.
Now what?
That's kind of like
sedative-
Klonopin. I used to
Probably,
take Klonopin. That
Yeah.
would really fucking knock my ass off the tits.
You got to drink with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not supposed to, but I sure did.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
But
Like-
Klonopin was it fucked me up. Like I would take it for leisure, but I would be like, fucking what? I couldn't
Yeah.
even remember anything. So it's probably like that.
Well, I took this puppy that night because I was like, I want to get some sleep.
Okay.
So let me pop a Traz Palmentary, and I was out like a son of an onion. And when I woke up, I walked to that bathroom, went face down,
What are you talking
like
about?
Chevy Chase, or no, Bob Saget.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I went right down. My Dick Van Dyked it on the coffee table because you're wonky in the morning. You slept for 12 hours, and you're like, whoa, it was bad.
So what, you're like barfing?
No, I was just
Sleepy.
sleepy, loopy, and my legs weren't under me. You know, I was a little
jeez.
legless, so that shit's no joke. So now I just take like a third of one.
Okay. Well, that's good. You know,
Yeah.
get a random guy giving you drugs. Just take them for fun. Why not?
They work like a charm, so thank you, sir. It was like an old guy in a suit, so the guy seemed legit.
No kidding. He's like Easy Andy, the taxi
Uh-huh.
driver.
I see.
Well, maybe crush him up and snort him. Just really get it going, you know?
Yeah.
Really, really get some risk taking.
I mean, I was drinking on it. It was a great time. And then Florida's such a weird place. Got my rental car the next day. Drove to Fort Myers.
Ah, that's where the Red Sox play their preseason ball
Oh,
games.
really?
Yeah.
It's a sleepy town. It's a very small town. It's almost like Ford and Edison had a summer home there.
No kidding.
And those two inventors still couldn't invent anything to do there. Real boring.
No kidding.
Not much going on.
I think in the spring, whatever, it's baseball. It's hot. It's hopping. Like
Yeah.
February, March. And then I'll probably, after that, it just,
Not much going on. So I said, did the show. Show was great. Nice crowd. I go, I need to get a drink. Well, where should I get a drink? And I got this guy, Jack. He's our production guy.
by the way, Jack.
So I go, hey, Jack, you want to come out with me to get a drink? And I could tell he didn't, but he was like, all right, sure. I go up to the security guard. I go, what's a good bar? And he goes, this place, Flamin' Joe's. And I go, great. So we go to Flamin' Joe's. It's karaoke night. It's just fat, drunk Florida people. Everybody's in tank tops and flip-flops, and they're all singing, we're halfway there. Whoa! You know, and I'm like, God damn. So I get a drink, and I go out to the patio. Everyone from the show is there.
Oh.
Everyone
God.
who works at the show is there at the theater. The security guard's like, oh, hey, good to see you. I've seen a lot of comedy come through there, and you were one of the worst. You're like, all right, thank you. And I go, I got to leave. It was just sitting in that Florida heat. Everyone from the show is buying me drinks and putting cigarettes out on me, and I had to go home.
Boy, that is a rough one. I mean, the idea of going to like, I'm going to have a nice, quiet drink and settle down, and then it's, there
Yeah.
it is. I can't handle it. Unless you're that guy.
No, didn't have it
I mean,
in
I
me.
think like Bert is like, we're all going to this
Right.
bar, and then you drink and you go crazy. But to me, I'm like, if I drink, I want to be at the end of the bar,
Yes.
listening to Tom Waits, fucking smashing down
Yes.
Jaeger bombs and IPAs
and
crying.
Trazodone.
Yeah, and texting my ex-girlfriend being like, you love me, you fat whore.
Yes, those were the days. But no, this was like just you're performing again.
Right.
All you want to do is you want to check out.
Yeah, you want to turn it off.
And I noticed that maybe it was a Florida thing, but everybody would come up to the table and they would tell us their life story. They go, "Oh, hey, I saw the show. By the way, I'm a deep sea fisherman." And you go, "Oh, okay." They're like, "Yeah, I've been doing it for like 50 years and thinking about getting out of it. I got into the crypto for a while." And you're sitting there going, "I don't care."
Well, that's not a Florida. That's a drinking thing.
Is that a drinking
when
thing?
people are drinking, yeah, you think like, oh, everyone wants to hear. That's why you fucking stop drinking. Because when you're drinking, you're like, everybody wants to hear some of this.
Right.
And then you repeat yourself. It's the repeating is Jerry.
The repeating is bad. But the weird thing is, like, a lot of these guys they just showed up with me. It was their first drink. You know, like
They followed you there?
Well, I think the security guard showed up. I watched him get out of his car, show up, and he goes, "Oh, hey, you're there. I'll be right with you." He gets a cocktail. He was security at the theater. He gets a cocktail. He walks over and goes, "Yeah, I'm from outside of Philadelphia. I moved down here to retire. I got the security job." And I'm like, why are you telling me this? But they all did it. And I'm just sitting there. And then you go, "Oh, yeah, I'm from New Orleans." And they go, "I'm telling my story."
Right.
And then you're like, "Okay, well, I guess you got the floor." And then they go, and then you have to just wait. And me and Jack are like, and then they would tell you, go, "Oh, yeah, get out of here." And then maybe they'll buy you a drink so you get something out of it. And then they walk away. And then another guy walked over and goes, "Yeah, I'm from Ohio, and I was a track star, for years. And then I fucked my uncle, and then I had to move down here." And you're like, "What is this? Is this how people converse?"
Well, that sounds like my story, but I think that's what makes friends so wonderful and valuable in your
Yes.
life. Like you get like a Henry Phillip. You go to a bar with a Henry Phillips, just you could hit mute yourself,
Right.
put duct tape over your ass and your mouth, and just sit there, and he'll entertain you with not. Here's how I grew up.
Yeah.
He's like, one time me and Mark Cohen were doing this and this
Sure.
happened. One time this was happening, and you're on the floor laughing. That's what makes it so wonderful when you find a partner or friends, and we're lucky because we have access to so many hilarious people.
Yes, some of the funniest on the planet.
And we meet plenty of those people too, by the way. There's plenty of comedians that I think are great comedians who also are like, well, I think next year if I can do my special and get that special on this special, and then that
Yes,
special will lead to
yes.
this special. And you're like, what the fuck are you telling me your plan for?
I don't
care about your plan.
Well, one magical day, I want to grab my sack, have a couple of drinks, and just wait and go, "Oh, I don't care."
Right.
I live for that moment, but I'm not mean enough. It's too
Right.
mean.
I know. I have the same problem.
world would crumble.
I say this all the time. Everywhere I go, I'm like, I just want that personality that's just like, you're talking too much. It
Yes.
sucks, and we hate it, and
Yes.
please leave the room.
I think that's why a guy like Patrice O'Neal was so intriguing, because he would say that shit.
Right.
And you're like, I don't want him to say it to me, but if he said it to this guy, I wouldn't be upset.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point. But
It's a interesting characteristic that we do not possess.
no. But that's why I got a lot of friends, because I just go, well, whatever. I'll just sit here listening to you.
Same way.
And I'm like, all right, good to hear you. Nice.
Growing up, I grew up with a bunch of mooks, and we'd all be in the car driving to some bar, party, whatever, and we all were drunk. And one guy would be in the front seat going, "I want shotgun. No, I'm getting shotgun." And I'm like, I'm in the back. I never made a stink about it. And then he'd be like, "This song sucks. Put on another song." And I'm like, I don't like any of this music, but I'm just dealing with it.
Right.
Why can't they deal with it?
Right.
Well,
what can you do?
what can you do
That's what can you do
for a Klondike bar, a gay bar?
Gay bars coming soon. This is gonna be big. I really
Ooh.
think. What should we put in it? Some semen, obviously.
Nuts.
Yeah, a little nut. I guess you can't put semen. It's like a salt or whatever. Oh, a salted nut.
Salt and battery.
Maybe there's kind of little subtle Tuesday-esque jokes. Nuts,
Yeah.
a salt.
It's all pipes.
Yes.
Put some pipes in there.
Butterface.
Trazodone.
Yeah, put some of that in there. We want repeat customers.
They'll get addicted, maybe.
Well, West Palm Beach, that's a hell of a time. Fort Myers, and was there another one?
No, that's it. One Friday, one Sat, and home
that's
on
the best.
Then me and the lady, we've been doing these Sunday dates because they say you got to keep dating even when
Yeah.
you're married. So went to the River Cafe,
What's that, on the river?
Dumbo.
Oh, God, Brooklyn.
You can see right under the
Trunk?
the Tuscany. You can see right under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, I know Dumbo, with the carousel.
Yes,
Absolutely,
carousel. You
sure.
can see the Battery Park as well. I think I saw your new apartment, and it was great. Great night. We had a rough sex.
Ooh, choking, scratching, bruising.
Yeah, the whole thing, trazodone, everything.
That's fun.
You name it.
You think you got a kid in there?
I think this was the one. I shot a real Sandy Hook right in that homeroom, and I think something's going to happen. Ironically, this will make a kid,
I
not
can't
take away.
wait. Whoop, that's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It feels like honkies are now having to really rely on the frozen egg or the UTI. What is it called?
IVF?
IVF.
Well, it's because we're in comedy. That's why everyone we know is a comedian. So it takes so long to have a successful career. By the
Yes.
time you're like, I can afford a kid, you're 59 years old.
Good point. Good
Because
point.
if I had a kid when I was 28, I mean, we would have been on Skid Row.
Oh yeah. Well, I think a lot of the people of color, they will opt for earlier. And even if they're not rich, they'll do it.
Right.
Whereas I think Whitey wants a little cash.
I suppose so. I mean, I just was, I mean, I don't know how I would have, what I would have done. He would have been eating a piece of a yodel.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, yodels are fun.
I like a yodel. Yodel hee hoo.
Well, let me shove some things
Oh,
in your ass,
please.
if you
Sorry,
don't
I'm
mind.
hogging with my Florida tales.
No, all good. So I had a gig. I think I texted you this night. This was a little while ago. I forgot to talk about it in the last couple pods. Get a gig from old Amy Hawthorne.
Ah, she's a good egg.
Love the thorn.
Yeah, thorn in my paw.
Thorn in my side. Love Amy Hawthorne. So she texts and goes, hey, I got a gig. It's for, I don't even know what it was for. It was like a fundraiser, but a thing. I never read any of this shit anymore. You just kind of scan down to that price and date.
Yeah.
And it was a weekday. It was like $500 for a spot.
Okay. I like your language.
So I'm talking 15-minute set, and it was on Park Lane Hotel.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
That's a classy hotel on 59th Street, right there, Central Park South,
That's a hot area.
right next to the plaza.
Ah,
So you look out over all Central Park, right by everything there. It's spectacular.
Plaza Cable.
And I was off that night. I had worked like Sunday, Monday, not Sunday. I never worked Sunday, but I worked, the weekend, and then had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is a Thursday. And Sarah had a spot, so we try to work. If she has a spot, I take the night off, vice versa, to be with the baby. But I said, hey, I got a $500 offer here
Yeah.
for 15 minutes.
Can't beat it.
That's pretty damn good.
Can't turn it down.
So that's like a tenth of my rent here in New York City. So I go, let me go get it. So we go, great. Her sister comes over. She watches the baby. The baby's sleeping anyways. I go out there. I said, let me just knock this out real quick. I don't know what it's for. Some kind of fundraiser. Fancy place. So I go, Park Lane. I'll put on a jacket.
Ooh.
So I put on a jacket. I got a fucking, New England Patriots shirt underneath and a pair of pants and whatever.
That's a good look.
I show up. Everybody's suits, big hairdos, high heels, leather
boy.
skirts, dressed up to the nines. Dim lighting, and it's like a 5-star hotel.
Oh,
so right away,
jeez.
I was like Louis when he's tucking in his T-shirt in
Yeah.
that episode. And I walk in, and I go, what is this for? And I still don't know what it was for. They're raising money for kids, but the kids aren't there. They're not parents. They're workers, whatever. And I look, it looks pretty diverse. They got good food, bar, and I'm like, all right, this will be fine. Whatever. There's a host, and I'm going first. Yada, yada.
15 minutes.
I got to shoot home because I got the baby. We got a babysitter. So I go, okay, nice and easy. 500 fucking cash. Boom, bam.
A lot of simoleons.
In, out. Thursday evening.
15, you can do it with your eyes open.
So it's one of these ones where the host goes up and you go, this will be fine. He'll get them warmed up, and then we'll get on our way. And right away, he goes up. Funny guy. He goes up and just goes, yeah, so something. Here's a punchline. And I mean, it was like I got a quick sweat where I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
Like that was nothing.
Oh, boy.
So then he goes, oh, well, anyways, so scubba-da-boop, up, a bit. And I go, ha! And it's just like this.
Ooh,
And I'm going, oh, boy, I'm about to eat a bag of turds. And it's
Yeah.
not him. He's hilarious.
Sure.
And it's just there staring.
Yeah.
And I don't know if no one told them it was comedy night or if I don't know what happened. Then he gets them a couple times, couple laughs, and you hear the room laugh. You're like, okay, here we go.
All
And then the
right,
next
all
one
right.
doesn't quite hit. And then the next one does okay.
Touch and go.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, well, this is not hot. But you always have this thing as a comic. You go, All right, well, I'll get him.
I'll
You know what?
get
He went
him.
up cold.
Yes.
It's brutal. Going up cold in comedy is the hardest thing. It's so brutal.
Oh, yeah, especially at a fundraiser.
Absolutely. So they're probably and he didn't get an intro or anything like that. He'll give me a good intro. They'll go, oh, okay. And then a lot of times, psychologically, people think whoever goes on first sucks. The next guy, here comes the guy.
Right. And you got some credentials, so that can get into psychology as well.
So I'm going, this is going to be rough, but it's 15 minutes, but I bet I'll get him.
Oh, I got a good feeling about this.
So here we come. There he is, fucking YouTube special, Joe Lynn. And so I try to riff a little. I go, well, YouTube, you know, I just want to say, I mean, they do well. They have millions of views. You guys are probably thinking anyone could do a YouTube special, but these are pretty successful.
Very likable.
So everyone goes like this. Dead silent. I was like, well, I thought that would be funny because, you know, I'm saying, yes, they're on YouTube. I mean, I was on the Tonight Show too, and now they're just going like this. And I always say it's like a prize fight where you've trained, you're ready, you're punching yourself. All right, fight. And then you go out and they throw a jab and it just stuns you and you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have taken this fight.
Yes,
That's what it feels like. You're like,
100%.
I'm fucked. So then I go, all right, let me not goof around. I'm getting paid. This is a fundraiser. I got to get them.
Business time.
Here comes my A material, my black people versus N-words, my kids at the dentist.
Can't beat it.
My,
Seven dirty words.
What's the deal with Halloween, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I hit him with it, Jerry.
Yes.
I hit him hard with the Picasso, baby. I busted out.
Oh, he's not Italian.
I mean, I busted out and boom, and it's like this. I mean, nothing, Jerry. And this joke's got a million tag and nothing. And finally I go, what's going on? I go, all right, I got to dismount and start improvising, start doing a little self-deprecate a little. Maybe you talk about the room. What is this? I don't even know what you guys do. What are you, the Illuminati? That kind of shit.
Oh, that's good.
That's getting a couple teehees.
Okay, because they like being talked to because it shows you're in the room.
Yeah, so
and it's
then
about them.
I do a couple of those. I got the back sweat, the front sweat, the dick sweat.
And what are we at, a minute and a half now?
I'm at maybe 3 minutes in.
Hiya.
And I'm going, woo. And I'm talking there, blank stare, what the fuck? And finally I go, all right. And then I do this joke, another joke, A material. Zilch, Jerry.
Did you hit him with the touching paintings?
I did touch his paintings. I did touch his kids' ass. I mean, I was giving him the good. I went dirty. I went sex. I went fucking everything. And you know that thing where eventually you start going, these jokes kill every night.
I don't get it.
Everywhere, every night. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like...
out loud you're saying this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, well, that comes a little later. That comes about 12 minutes in.
Okay.
But, so I'm doing a bit that just works every night, everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're going... So now I start to get annoyed. I'm like, do you see... why that would be a funny thing to say? Because this isn't this. And then a black woman goes, yeah, we get it.
Oh!
I get hit with the we get it.
Racial.
From a black woman, which is extra hurtful because you just want black women to like you so much.
You got that right, fatty.
So then I go, okay, I got the we get it. Now I'm getting some chuckle because now it's coming apart at the seams. So now people are starting to laugh here and there.
Can't look away.
And I'm going, sir, can you help me? You're smiling. Are you the boss? Is this guy the boss? Is that why you got? That's getting a laugh here and there. So it's getting to be a little bit something. You know what you should do is put this on the Patreon. So it's getting a little bit whatever, a couple chuckles here and there. And I go, this guy, sir, can you, this one table, why does this, could some of you move over here? I'm busting out every trick.
Yeah, every move in the book.
It's getting a little bit. And then I do, now I'm like, I'm starting to get them.
Oh, well. The clock's about to run out.
I start doing some dick jokes and sucking my balls and this, and now that's hitting. I'm like, I guess I should have opened with the ball material. This lady looks upset, but you're not. And she goes, I am.
Oh, Lord have mercy on us all.
I go, okay, well, what are you going to do? So, and I'm just praying for that light. I think the other two comics are late. So now I have that feeling of like, I'm up here. It's my time to die up here. It's like in baseball where the bullpen is worn out. They just leave a pitcher in. They're like, the manager gives them the signal like, it's you, buddy.
Right.
And you got to just give up all the runs. Your ERA is up the ass. So I'm just eating shit. And I go, yeah, because, balls are a thing. Different black lady over here. We get it.
Jeez, get some new material. What is this, a callback?
I go, all right, this is a different lady. So I go, okay, you get it. I went like this. Do you? Do you get it? Because it seems like you don't get it.
Yeah.
Because these jokes work, but now I'm having a meltdown. And then an Asian woman at the bar, I swear to God, this is the craziest heckle I've ever got. She goes, try some similes.
Wow.
How about that heckle?
Wow. Simmery.
A simile. I go, well, what's the simile? I go, okay. And now at
Try
this point,
some similes.
At this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like I'll get in my 500. Even if they said that was so bad, you're not getting the money. I don't care. Fuck it.
Just let me leave.
So I go, what's the simile? That's like or as, comparing two things using like or as.
Yes, yes.
And I go, this gig sucks as much as my sister's fucking ass. And I'm just going, and now like the men are starting to laugh. 'Cause
All
they're like,
right.
this guy's breaking down. And there's a bunch of women just like this. And then the woman, the simile lady's like doing this. She's ducking because it's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. But you're like, well, you yelled that out.
Yeah, this is your problem.
And I'm like, I didn't know this was simile comedy. I'm trying to be silly. And it was just off the rails. I haven't bombed like that since, I can't even remember when. 20 years.
The worst feel. Because you know they're thinking, this guy sucks. And you're like, I don't, though. Well, you guys are ruining everything because you're not getting it and you're not laughing. This is on you.
I literally, the minute 19, I was like, will you guys do me a favor? Go look me up. Look me up, guys. I got a standing O on the Tonight Show, Netflix, and the YouTube, millions. Go read the comments on my special. I'm telling you, I got the goods, folks. And the black women are just booing and snapping.
Man.
And then I get home, a guy messaged, Tuesday was at the show. That was awesome. And I'm like, awesome? What are you, crazy?
I almost took my own life.
Seriously, I wanted to get a fucking bow and arrow and shoot it at myself.
Wow. So what do you think you did? 22? Something?
I don't know. It's recorded somewhere. I might have deleted it. Probably 18, 19 minutes.
Well, you should get more money for going over.
Oh, maybe you're right.
But that's why you get the 500, I guess, because they knew it was a hell gig. And did you see the other comics? Who were they any good?
Dean Edwards was going on next,
he'll
and
do
he was
okay.
dying. I mean, he was video. I could see him in the back, like videotaping and taking photos. And then he gave me like a big, that comic hug of like, woo, I feel you.
Yeah, D-Day.
And now I think they're really busted open because I'm like, I gave them, and to be honest, I was getting some laugh. By the end, it was like, I was getting laughs on like it was almost like Burr at the stadium.
Right,
You're
right.
like, well, that sucked. 2 more minutes. Oh my God. But I got 2 we get it and 1 try some similes.
I've never heard of a tip, try this. In all my years, I've heard you're not funny, you suck, you should quit, you should kill yourself. Who told you were funny? I've heard next.
Right. But just try a simile.
Wow, how about a metaphor?
I was like, what? And I love the idea that I just do a simile and they're like,
Exactly.
But no simile. But I got the money, and then it's always fascinating because now we're 25 years into comedy. I'm 59 years old. You walk off. In the old days, you'd be bruised and shattered, and I got to redo my life. Now you just go, all right, I just get a lift and get out of here.
I guess. You're a little shaken and you're a little wet.
Well, you're like, that was crazy, but the same jokes I did the previous 250 shows killed.
Exactly.
And not just for my crowd, at the stand, at the cellar, at the wherever, and bar shows, wherever. So you're like, oh, what are you going to do? That's why I got annoyed with Jerry for all those years, was like, it's never the audience.
I know.
Everyone's got an excuse. You're like, well, how can it not be the audience? That doesn't make any sense.
Of course.
I'm saying the same thing I said the 5 previous shows.
Exactly.
What do you mean? Of course it's the audience. They're they're staring at me.
I know. But it's at least you're secure enough to know, and that comes with time and experience, that you're like, well, that was horrible. That was crazy. Not a good event. I'll go home now.
Right.
You're not like, oh, I need to rethink my career. Maybe I'll quit. Maybe I'll be a mailman.
Right. By the way, when I say it's always the audience, I'm talking about when you're doing your proper AA act. I mean, when you do a special, you start over.
Right.
And you're like, is this anything? And they're staring at you. That's
on you.
That's probably on you.
Yeah.
But
no,
it's
I get it.
Yeah, this joke, applauses.
It's frustrating how flimsy comedy is, because you're in a comedy club with those jokes, you're killing. You're in a theater with those jokes, you're killing. You put it in a fundraiser in a hotel ballroom or wherever the fuck you're at, and it's ice cold. I just did the Meridian, whatever, for Seth Herzog. He booked me, so Will Forte is hosting.
Whoa.
So I go, this is a high level gig. Seth is paying me very well. Everybody's in a suit. The food is amazing. And I ate a bag of horse shit for 20 minutes. And you just go, I don't know what else to give you.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's the thing about comedy that's funny, too, is you're like, well, I don't have any other bits.
This is my act.
I just have these bits to tell you. So let's all just get through it together, which I always think comedy should be like, it shouldn't be insane to end your set early.
Sure.
Like, you're like, I'm bummed. You guys aren't enjoying
You
this.
hate me, yeah.
Good night.
I know.
And then you only did 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, no, nobody was having fun.
But you do want to just go, you should know you're wrong here, though.
Right.
If we're going off statistics and recordings. Oh, I should have caught that. Sorry.
Yeah, that was right at you.
If we're going off, here, hit me again with that.
Hold on. Here we
If
go.
we're going off statistics and numbers, one more, you're wrong.
There it is. Oh,
That tasted weird. But
that's probably my breath.
thank you. So I'm just saying, if we're going off of 800 other performances versus this one, I could really make an argument.
Well, comedy's funny. It is so much setting, and also,
And mood and vibe.
and you don't want everyone to know each other. You want a mixture of a group. You
ain't
want
that the
mixed,
truth.
and then it's also big round table, so it doesn't feel like a group. It feels like 8 tables of people, and they know each other, and then the bosses are there, and so it's a work environment. You don't
Right.
want a work environment thing.
No. For
So,
sure.
but boy, oh boy, I was grateful for the gig, and then you're just in the car, and like I said, 2 minutes later, I got a podcast in, and I'm home 12 minutes later,
Yeah, you robbed a bank. It was a little hairy, but you got out.
and you're like, that was crazy, and then you're just like, all right, I'll watch the hockey game.
At my Meridian, I got one of these. That one was good. Bombing. One of them kind of hit, and that one was good, which is so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, it's very annoying, and like you said, the hardest part is the ego of like you're leaving, and you're like 100 people are like, why'd they get that shitty guy?
I know.
And you're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you want to be like, man, I could show you some people.
I know.
Which we've all had that too, where you're on a lineup and you're bombing, and you're like, guys, I don't want to be this one. but
Yes.
I've looked at the lineup. You better start enjoying this, because
Imagine saying
that was me. That was me that hit back to the wall. Chucked his shit
That
his
was
pants.
sheer fear right there.
Sheer fear.
Sheer fear. So let me just throw this at you. I don't know how much time we have. Oh, we have a clock. Went to that park hotel or park cafe or whatever, River Cafe.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm at the bar. The table's not ready. Where you at on this? A couple is next to me on the terrace of the restaurant. Proposes.
Whoa.
Big proposal, 4 feet away from me. I go, hey, look at that. I point to the wife. I go, look at that. That's nice. The whole restaurant applauds or whatever. They go, well, they walk in, and I want to be a big shot. So I go, get them 2 glasses of champagne on the big kahuna here.
How about that?
Feels cool. I give them the champagne. They're at their table. No, thank you. Whatever. It's a nice restaurant. I get the
Okay.
bill. Try to guess how much the glasses of champagne were.
Boy, I don't know. I don't know what champagne cost. I'm going to say $46.
68 for 2 glasses of champagne, which is outrageous. I mean, that's 6 burritos.
So what's that? $30, $32, $34 each?
I guess so. I mean, I could have bought 5 bottles of champagne at the 7-Eleven.
$34 for the glass of champagne?
2 glasses, yeah. So I'm like, no, that's a lot of money. I just basically gave these guys $70. I don't know them.
Yeah.
Do I go up and say I was the champagne guy?
Uh-huh.
Just want to let you know, say, $70. That was on me. How do you feel about that?
I mean, this whole thing sounds wacky to me.
Yeah.
But,
It was a huge mistake. I'm never sending champagne. All I wanted was this.
right.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you would do that. You know, we've been hanging out a long time. I don't remember any meals getting purchased for me, but
I'll get you a meal.
well, maybe now you might. But I mean, 2 random people, champagne. What has gotten into you? What is this?
Well, it was a
What are
nice
we
night out. I
talking?
had a blazer on. You had to wear a blazer for this place, by the way. You couldn't get in without a blazer. How about this? We're at
blue
the table.
blazer.
And I go, she was cold. The wife is cold. So I go, I'll take my blazer off. And the guy goes, whoa. You got to wear a blazer in here. And I'm like, oh, well, she's cold. I'm already in. I'm eating my appetizer. And he goes, we'll get her a Pat Shima.
Pat Shima. The guy from Karate Kid?
Pashmina.
Pashmina.
Oh, pashmina.
They gave her a
I don't know what that
pashmina.
is either. What's the pashmina?
It's a scarf. It looks like a burqa. But they put a black scarf over her, and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And I
Threw in her
go,
van.
"We're leaving with that pashmina."
Now we're talking.
And she's
This
like-
is more the Mark Norman I know.
She's like, "I can't leave with this thing. They'll tackle me. They'll tase me." And I go, "Give me the pash." So I
Vinny
took the
Paggiano.
pashmina. We got a pashmina at home.
Now that sounds more like you. I mean, this
Wow.
buying champagne for random people. What are we talking about?
Never
here? What, are you trying to get
again.
into heaven?
Well, I thought it was $10
never
each,
heard of
$11
this.
each. How much is a glass of champagne? That's a flute.
I've watched you eat buffalo wings off of someone's table, pretend to bust the table and eat their food.
I'm
now
not
you're
above
buying
it.
champagne?
Well, if it was 2 glasses, they just proposed. It was love is in the air. I felt I got an urge, Jerry.
Okay, all right, hey, I'm for it. I like it.
Well-
new year, new you.
That pashmina was less than the champagne, I'll tell you that.
So yeah, I mean, note that I'm a big thank you guy. I just had a similar thing. I can't get into it, but I was buying
Save it.
dinners left, right, and center, and an elder person
Elder.
just
Larry Elder.
not saying anything and does this. Did we pay? Yeah, we're all paid up. Oh, great. Okay. We are like, I don't understand. Like, so what do you think? And all I want is just hey, thanks a lot. That's nice.
Wait. I'm sorry.
I'm saying I'm buying dinner. I don't want to name names, but just a person who's old and nobody know. Don't bother going in the comments going, I bet it was fucking, because it's
I
not a person
see.
you know.
I see.
But you just shoot me hey, all right, that's very nice.
An acknowledgement.
Yes,
A
that's all
thank
you want.
That's all I want.
It's a social contract, and this is a fucking a person, like a real, not some fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And you go, all right, you just gotta go. Well, whatever. Still did service to the person, but
Yeah, that's how you got to look at
to
it.
say that was nice. But random champagne is crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Big mistake, and I had the whole dinner. I was like, I'm gonna say something to the couple, and she don't do it. Classic curb moment. And then I get up to leave, and she's like, "Don't you fucking?" And the table was gone.
Now you know what I wonder? If the restaurant just said this is free.
Oh, don't even fuck with me.
This is free. Here you go.
Oh, I'm furious.
This is on the house. I mean, maybe they said it was from them, but if they said this is from this guy over here, and the people didn't say, "Oh, thank you,"
Nothing.
That's great. Now, were you watching the moment they gave it?
I watched him walk over, and then I was like, they're probably going to give me a thank you or a hat tip, and nothing.
Maybe they went to hat tip and you weren't looking.
Yeah, maybe, but I was
You
pretty...
think they would make sure you saw it?
Yes. So,
Yeah,
that was...
I don't like that one bit.
I don't either, but I had to get that out.
Okay, well, I would not do that again.
Never again.
Oh, Jesus, just heard the door.
Like the Holocaust.
Oh, God.
Except mine was real. All right, well, what do you got coming up there, Sloppy Jalopy?
What day is it? It's fucking June
17th.
almost. I'm in Key West this weekend. If you happen to be listening in near Key West, come out to Key West. July 25th, Seattle. The Crocodile, is that what it's called?
Poseidon.
No, I think it's Crocodile. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
Crocodile Rock.
Neptune?
Crocodile Lounge. No, I think
Jupiter.
it's Crocodile.
All right.
Let me see. Let me get the book out. Well, no, that's in New York. It is the Crocodile. It's a rock club.
Rock.
July 25th, the Crocodile. Oh, Atlanta Punchline. July 18, 19, 20, and
Atlanta.
Portland, Maine. We added a show. I think it's almost sold out. August, Milwaukee Improv, August 2nd, 3rd. Magoobies, I'm back there, August 8th through the 10th. And, of course, Tampa Side Splitters, my favorite room, August 22nd to the 24th. And then the Cape Cod Melody Tent, doing a short set with along with Bobby Kelly, Luis Gomez, and Dan Soder.
Oh, fun.
And Rich Voss is hosting.
Live regs.
Yeah, but we're doing stand-up on that one.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, I'm all over the road. Philly, Pittsburgh. I think I'm in Boston this weekend, or I don't know when this comes out or when I'm on the road, but Colorado Springs, Sioux Falls, Cedar Rapids, Spokane, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, doing Oakland, doing some fun, some weird rooms. So come on out, check the website, Punch Up Live. / our names. Page to Stage is up there. The Patreon's cooking. What do you got? Chuck E. Cheese.
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable, funbearablepod.com. We'll be doing a live show at the Comedy Connection in East Providence, Rhode Island on Sunday, July 21st. It's going to be our 100th episode live.
Nice.
We're launching our shirts. I don't know who's going to be on it besides Ray Harrington and Brad Rohr, my co-host, but we're going to get some other people on it. And we just had Zach Valencia on. That's going to be on. So check out funbearablepod.com.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. See you in hell.